My name is Mike Jordan. I am an associate editor here at SouthernKitchen.com. This is
Jeffrey Gardner, recipe editor, food guy.
That's right. Yeah, we are here doing a little bit of a pairing session with fried chicken and what you should drink with it in sort of a round table or round island type of atmosphere, if you will. Even if you won't, we're still going to drink beer and eat chicken. So I think we should just go right into it.
Let's do it. I mean, we both like fried chicken.
I like fried chicken. Do you like fried chicken?
I love fried chicken.
I appreciate that.
I think we both like to drink too.
I like to drink. I was just about to open this beer, but I'm not supposed to open mine yet because you know things about pairing wine with chicken and bubblies with chicken. So explain that to me, because I'm not from the type of mentality where you would reach for a wine bottle if you're going to, say, a Publix to get some fried chicken, but you can do that apparently.
You can. Don't go at me too hard, because that'll ruin my Mississippi street cred.
He's from Mississippi. I'm from Alabama. I'm looking at all three cameras right now, but I'm supposed to look at this one. We're from the South. You cannot mess with our credentials. In other words, we are from the real South. Not really. We're really from North Carolina, which is kind of like on the edge. I'm lying now.
I lived in North Carolina for a year, so
good for you.
What's up, Charlotte?
Banking.
Yeah, that's about it. So let's start with a little more unconventional pairings, because the wine bottles aren't often what we think about when we think fried chicken.
No, I don't.
So let's think about what makes fried chicken as delicious as it is. Saltiness. Right,
Mm-hmm.
Really any fried foods. This applies to French fries. This is potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
Fried chicken's a great example. Salty things dry your mouth out.
Yes.
So to kind of combat that, we want something at least in a bubble structure that can be dry as well. So champagne and fried foods, really dynamite pairing together.
It seems like we're crossing cultures too, because again, you think champagne, you're thinking I need a tuxedo, but you're thinking fried chicken, you shouldn't be wearing a tuxedo.
Well, it's kind of fun to go a little classy and trashy at the same time.
It is. You've been peeking in my window at night, and that's fine.
You saw nothing. But yeah, so just something that's effervescent to kind of cut through the richness and the fattiness of fried chicken.
Got it.
Is a really great pairing together. So champagne would be a great offering. I like something that's a little easier on the budget. This is Cava that I have right here, Cava Brut, so nice and dry. And Cava, it's great in the fall and winter season. It's got this kind of yeasty, bready quality, not over the top like some really brut champagnes, but think of almost like you're pairing a biscuit with fried chicken. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what you're getting out of the effect when you put bubbles, especially like Cava.
Okay, and a brut definitely is going to be dry on the really dry side, correct?
Right.
Okay.
So another one, so let's think about picnics, right?
Okay, yes.
So have fried chicken, lemonade, and fried chicken really good pairings, right?
Very good.
So I love Rieslings with that, because when you think of the flavor spectrum of a Riesling, some of the younger ones, you can start off with some of those tropical fruit notes. As you get a little bit more full-bodied, the aromatic qualities come up. You get this kind of lemon-lime quality out of some of the Rieslings. Look in particular for ones that are marked cabinet, because as you're kind of going in the spectrum of Rieslings for sweetness and dryness, you're going to want to avoid something that says Trocken. Yeah, that's a very dry.
Okay, so cabinet, not like the cabinets in the kitchen?
No, cabinet with a K and two T's.
Okay. So I was getting some new language here. So
that's a replacement song in there somewhere.
I love it.
So another one, we would think that something that might be a little more buttery and wines might pair well with fried chicken. I like to go the opposite direction.
Right.
I think aromatic. And so something like a Gruner Veltliner also kind of carries some of that similar qualities to the Riesling.
Because you wouldn't want to put butter on top of butter, and so even though there's not really butter, it's more buttermilk. So I'm just like, and there's butter in buttermilk, right?
Right. So
no, there's no butter in buttermilk.
So let's say you're a Chardonnay lover, right?
Yes.
You would probably pair the Chardonnay better to the mashed potatoes that might come with fried chicken. Kind of get that butter and butter balance than you would the actual fried chicken itself.
Okay.
So that's why I kind of like the Gruner. And I know some of you guys are out there that you're like, I only drink red wines.
Is it you?
You know who you are.
I know who you are.
We got something for you here. So fat responds well to tannins in wine. Kind of you think about the skins of the grape that are left in there longer. Some of those big bolder, you think about like a Cabernet is more of a tannic wine. I like something that's a little bit softer, but where the tannins are still present to help counteract some of that fat. So look to Spain for this. Tempranillo really anything out of that Rioja region, which is one of the biggest wine growing regions in Spain, can satisfy that. And also, you can find some great value-friendly wines from Spain. The real estate prices haven't driven up. Just one little quick word on wine. Don't be intimidated by it. It's really just fermented grape juice. No bottle of wine out there costs more than $5 to make. So when you see that $150 bottle out there, know you're paying for real estate. The wines could have been, the grapes could have been harvested in a good year.
If you want to buy me a $150 bottle of wine, you can absolutely do that. But I just think that that's an important point there is that, I am intimidated when I see foreign language on a wine bottle, so I'm always looking for an interpreter or someone like that. So again, I think that's probably one of the things where when you look at the historical aspect of fried chicken being a comfort food, and most people are probably not comfortable asking their winesmith, can you pronounce this word for me and what exactly does it mean? So this is why this is important work we're doing. We're doing the people's work right now.
I think we do. I'm going to pour us a glass right here. You kind of live in the beer world these days, so tell us about some of that while I pop some bottles.
All right, so let's talk about beer here. I have learned, and I've not always been very well informed person about beer, and it's probably because I drink a lot of the beer, which kills brain cells. But I've learned through those experiences that IPAs and lighter beers kind of have sort of the same effect of what you were talking about. It's you don't want to have a really thick beer. You don't really want I don't know how many times you have a sweet beer, but they're fruitier beers. But I've always heard IPAs. And so this beer right here, staying in the South, is called High Alive. I said that incorrectly and was corrected by the person I purchased this from. Either way, this is an IPA. It has a 7.5% ABV, which is alcohol by volume. Always know your ABVs, but for chicken, this has a very non-aggressive profile for me in terms of hops. You can taste them there, and the hops on this are I believe it's a Citra, but it's a very citrusy flavor. Actually, I don't see that. So if it's not Citra, Cigar City Brewing in Tampa, Florida, don't reach out to me because I got your hop profile wrong. We've been drinking. We also have, straight from here in ATL, a night on Ponce, 3 taverns. Ponce being Ponce de Leon, the street which now has what is becoming the infamous Ponce City Market. This is considered an all-American IPA. What is an all-American IPA? Do you know? Is it just flag waving and gun shooting and all that kind of good stuff?
I'm still kind of a novice to the beer game.
Okay.
I know what I like,
yeah.
And just in the IPA world, I think that's a really well-balanced IPA. It's hoppy, but it's not too out of control.
Yep. All right, well, we're going to taste this in a minute to find out, but also, if we're going to drink, and I mean, we're Southern Kitchen, but even though it's not from the South, Miller High Life is the champagne of beers. And if you're going to do it correctly, you should do it with style and with class. And even if that's not necessarily what we're doing when we have a Miller High Life, the idea that they would put the champagne of beers and there's a little gold on this lets you know that you're doing it in the classiest way you can for about $2.50. So I think it's always been a good pairing to me. I mean, I've never been offended by a Miller High Life and a piece of fried chicken.
Well, if champagne works, why wouldn't the champagne beer work?
Well, let's have champagne now. No, not champagne, Cava Brut. So look at that pour. This is very, I don't know that that's important or not, but I like to watch it pour because it means I'll drink it afterwards. And it seems crisp. Crispy chicken is an important thing too. When you say, like fried chicken wise, how do we kind of like get a good crisp fried chicken, if you can tell us in like a few seconds?
Just fry it at a hot enough temperature. I think that giving the crust enough time to set on the chicken before you fry it will kind of allow it to absorb a little better and hang on to that chicken.
Okay. First word that comes to your mouth biting into this chicken.
I think it's well flavored, salty. Is kind of not in a bad way, but just salt as a flavor note of that. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of where our pairings are going to tie into that. Cheers, friend.
Cheers, brother. Now, I wasn't all the way finished chewing, so I just kind of like swallowed a little chicken as I swallowed the cava. I wouldn't recommend that because you could choke that way, but it was a nice crispness. That acidity came through, kind of busted through the, grease that you need for fried chicken. And so I kind of felt it like kind of getting all the way through there and giving it a little dance. Just a little bone there. All right. Did you feel it too? No. I mean, that again. So there's more flavor in this than there was in the cava. So I definitely got more of the citrus, but it goes back to my whole thought process of lemon, because you see lemon pepper wet, and you know where that came from. Orange. There's something about citrus that does very well with chicken. What's up with that?
Well, I think in this case, it's also the because of the hops in the IPA, it's the bitterness. The bitterness is settled out by fat, and so think about adding bacon to collard greens. Right? Greens being naturally bitter, having something like salt pork or bacon to soften that out really helps. So in the same theory kind of applies to fried chicken and IPA. Let's do it.
All right. Should we drink first?
Why not?
Yeah. That is the high life right there. That is. Miller High Life tastes sort of like there's beer there, but it's definitely just it's an intro beer.
Well, it's a good kind of in the way almost. This is interesting to say. Almost kind of in the way that champagne or sparkling wines kind of have that clean finish. That works well with the chicken. This doesn't have as much of a lingering flavor as say the High Life would have.
Right.
That it's a great kind of initial jolt. It's got some great kind of effervescence, and then it dissipates. So it's great kind of, as we call, session beer.
What would you say is your main takeaway from this whole experience?
Main takeaway is that really just drink what you like. There's so many options to pair with really one of the quintessential dishes in the Southern canon of fried chicken. So again, drink what you like. You got options for days. What about you?
I took away from it that I really love fried chicken and I really love to drink, and drinking with fried chicken is all American and it's Southern and it's who we are, and I think that there are many ways that you could do this correctly, so don't just take our recommendations, definitely take them, but go out there and explore on your own. We'll definitely have more stories about this kind of stuff. This guy really knows a lot about wine and chicken and not just beer and chicken, so listen to him. Kind of listen to me, but we'll have more about this at southernkitchen.com, and really appreciate you all taking the time. Sorry that you can't eat the chicken and drink the beer with us, but we will see you on the next video. You are Jeffrey Garner, am I correct?
You are correct.
I'm Mike Jordan, and we will see y'all next time. Thanks for checking us out on the video.
Cheers, y'all.